This might be hard to hear, but you can't expect someone else to see you fully and accept you for who you are if you haven't seen and accepted yourself for who you are. So, what does that even mean? I feel like a lot of people think about self love and they think of face masks and taking rest days and treating themselves, but the real love comes from seeing yourself and accepting all parts of you, even the parts of you that you once might have thought are unlovable, or the parts of you that you feel shame or embarrassment about. And you're not alone. Everyone has some parts of them that they might feel some sort of embarrassment or shame around. They can think about their past and think about past versions of themselves where they maybe didn't show up as the best, most healed version of themselves. Maybe you can think of some moments from the past where you hold shame around because you weren't showing up as the person you want to be. Maybe you've even blocked it out of your memory because it carries so much embarrassment or shame, and you try not to think about it because it makes you feel uncomfortable and you want to push it down and shove it away and just move on from it because you feel so much embarrassment or shame around it. But the reality is that you can hold empathy and love for yourself knowing that all of those past versions of you were so necessary in creating and shaping the version of you that exists now. And I know that feels uncomfortable and weird to think about, but the reality is that all of those past versions of you created opportunities for you to learn and grow and decide who you want to be and who you want to show up as. And that has shaped you and the human that you are today. So you can look back at past versions of yourselves knowing, like, yeah, maybe they didn't show up as you would now. Maybe they didn't show up as the most healed versions of you, but they were doing the best that they could with what they knew at that time. You did the best that you could in that moment. Maybe you were going through other sorts of pain or trauma. Maybe you were holding on to other sorts of aspects that you didn't realize. Maybe you are more awake now and you recognize some patterns that you were falling prey to. Maybe you now feel more confidence to change your life and to step up for yourself in ways that you couldn't before. That's okay. That's so beautiful that you can now look back at past versions of yourself and see a roadmap of the journey that you've taken in this life to become who you are today. And maybe even now you feel that there's parts of you that you're not accepting. Maybe there's parts of you, aspects of you that you're working on, or aspects of you that you'd like to show up better. You'd like to show up with more love, more empathy, more kindness to yourself. When you are able to accept and see these parts of you, knowing with love that you are doing the best that you can, you are showing up as best as you can in every single moment, this will bring you back to yourself in such a beautiful way, because now you will see yourself fully and nobody else can ever point out something and say, like, oh, you're not good at this, or you're not good at this. Like, whatever it is, you've already seen yourself and you've met yourself at your depths. You've already seen and accepted and chosen to love every single part of you, because the truth is, every single part of you is lovable. You are not more worthy because you act in this way or because you act in this way. Nothing you can do can ever take away from your worth. But the reality is that until you can see yourself and decide, I am going to love myself no matter what, because it's a choice to love yourself, love past versions of you that you once hold pain or shame or embarrassment around, deciding to love yourself through every version that you've shown up as, even if it's hard, even if it's uncomfortable. Until you can do that, you cannot expect someone else to see you fully and know you fully, because you don't know yourself yet. You haven't allowed yourself to be seen fully. So someone else seeing you will be very scary because you haven't allowed yourself to be met at the depth that you have always deserved to be seen at. And it all comes back to coming back to you, to giving yourself that love first, allowing yourself to see yourself fully, knowing that you were always worthy of this love. You were always worthy of this love.